Oh my goodness, it feels so amazing to say that. Happy new month, people. Welcome to December 2021. It's the first day of the month, and Lord, have I been waiting for this month? Oh, can't wait to get into the season, the euphoria, of Christmas. Very soon, the bells will begin to ring and the songs will begin to play and we'll begin to merry. But before then, let's talk about Pantami, Minister for Communication and Digital Economy, Isa Ali Pantami, who says that Nigerians should present their NIN before using restaurants. That means if you go into a restaurant, you're hungry, and you want to grab a bite, you will need to present NIN before before buying and eating your meal. That's what he's proposing. It's not what obtains now. That's what he's proposing. We'll talk about that for the couple of minutes we have left on this hour. At 1 p.m., the news update. And right after, let's talk about what you think existed before the universe was created. That's a question that a lot of people have been asking. Now, I came across a study 2 days ago. That's what informed this question. In that study, it argued the existence of life before the universe began. So we're going to delve into all of that on the 1 o'clock hour. At 1:30, SMEs and startups. That happens every Wednesday. At that time, I'll be joined by an entrepreneur and we'll just, talk about their business and how you can be inspired by what they do. At 2 p.m., we're going to talk about hiring domestic staff. Now, celebrity Tacha came out to warn other people to be careful when employing, these staff because she had a gory experience with a driver. And I would like to know what the criteria is when you're looking to hire domestic staff. Could be a help, could be a cleaner, could be a driver, a gardener, in whatever office that they occupy as domestic staff. We'll talk about that on the final hour on the show. That is a package for you on the sunny side. Welcome to the show. This is your number one talk news and sports radio station here in Port Harcourt, Nigeria Info FM. I am Gabriella.
Different ideologies,
different perspectives.
Share your views on the sunny side.
92.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
Let's talk.
Welcome back. The conversation begins here and now. Remember, you can be part of the conversation. You can call me live and air your view. The numbers to call are 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003. You can also call 0817 923 0007 or 0817 923 0009. The WhatsApp number is 0809 030 6416. We're also streaming live on Facebook, so you can go watch us live real time on Facebook at Nigeria Info 923PH. You can drop your comments all on there, and I will definitely see it as it comes in real time. So, there's been a conversation about, how to tackle insecurity, kidnapping, terrorism, banditry, you name it. Killer headsmen, that one of the things that we tag them as, those who go about, killing, causing mayhem, destroying property, etc. They come in different forms in security in Nigeria. And in the past year, it's been from one experience to the other. Now, in a bid to profess solution to how we can further tackle, trace, and bring to justice these criminal activities in Nigeria, the Minister for Communication and Digital Economy has said that, look, in order to secure Nigeria in the next few years, Nigerians should present and verify their NIN even before using a restaurant. And he was explaining this, why his ministry had insisted on this mandatory use of the NIN in spite of, there were about 44 petitions that were written against the policy and several court cases about this same policy. But he was explaining to say that, look, the NIN policy is mandatory by law in Nigeria, and that, it is only to secure the country further. And he's saying that criminals don't like it, and, they've been fighting it day in and day out. And if Nigerians are mandated to use their NIN, present their NIN on a day-to-day basis for things like using the restaurant, having access to a restaurant, having access to a cinema, having access to a mall, etc., will be able to track down criminals in Nigeria and help security, bodies fight crime easier. So the first question I want to ask you right now is, do you have your NIN? Do you? And further, the big question on the R is, how do you think that the NIN will help fight terrorism? There's been that argument before now when the idea of in fact, as a matter of fact, when the federal government began to, call on Nigerians to go get their NIN, there was the argument saying that, look, this would help fight terrorism. This would help reduce the level of insecurity and criminal activities in the country, because now if everybody has their NIN, we'll be able to track down people who are kidnapping, people who are killing, people who are committing all sorts of crimes across the nation. And there was also the argument saying, look, these criminals do not even use mobile phones, so it is dead on arrival. That's an argument that is still pending, and I'd also like to know where you stand in that in that divide. But I want to know, do you think that the NIN would actually help us as a nation battle and win the fight against terrorism? The numbers to call once again are 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. You can also call 0817-923-0007 or 0817-923-0009. Good afternoon, you're welcome.
Hello, good afternoon.
You're welcome.
Hello, good afternoon.
Turn off your radio.
I'm here. Can you hear me, madam?
Yes, better now. Go ahead.
Yes, this is I'm calling from it.
All right. Are you there? Okay. You're going to have to call me back. Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Oh, dear. Apologies for that. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Gabriella. Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. My name is Onze. Based on the issue on ground, I want to ask you a few questions. And it is not meant for you to answer anywhere, but for those who are propounding that with NIN we will be able to fight terrorism and corruption in Nigeria, or rather insecurity. Gabriella, you recall that those who kidnapped use GSM to call their victims' relatives. You recall that? Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Good. And they said that without NIN, your line will be barred from communication. But you see that since kidnapping has been going on both in the northeast, the northwest, north central, southeast, south, we have not apprehended one kidnapper via the help of NIN. You discover that innocent Nigerians are suffering from the hands of most of these our leaders who seem not to think well before they act. Then I'm sorry to sound this way, that the Minister of is it digital economy and communication and all that, Mr. Pantami, seem not to know what he's doing, because NIN cannot help us in any way. They are simply subjecting Nigerians to torture and hardship. In as much as I support us to have our numbers, but to tell me that with it you will be able to curb criminality in Nigeria, I don't think if it is true.
All right.
So that is my submission anyway. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you as well for sharing your thoughts. Hello, good afternoon. You're welcome. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon. This is Mr. Top, calling from Kenya.
Go ahead.
Which ministers are saying this now? Well, it depends on who they are targeting as a criminal in this country. Because we have a lot of criminals. Even criminals in public offices, like politicians, starting from councillor to president. If they shall offer a law that whosoever that stole money, whosoever that promised people of project and pay should stone to death, we don't need deny it. Because they only make law that targeting some people and leave some people free. That is what they do in this country. That's why nothing is working. They only exempt themselves, but they are the criminals in this country. Targeting people that are not criminals. These people lose millions every day. Are they not criminals? they should look away and bring a law that will entice them that whosoever that says things in public office is stoned to death. So this and I.
Well, I don't think that stoning to death is the answer. Good afternoon. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think, that idea is not, it looks so primitive in nature that Nigerians should submit their NIN before they access facilities in this country. The truth is this, these guys are not even in touch with realities. They're just bringing people who are far from present-day existence. Knowledge that does not hold water. I want to ask this same man, how many of those Boko Haram phone calls have you used NIN to track? How many of them? Because they make kidnapping all over in the north. How many have NIN tracked and arrested? Now you want to bring in another policy to frustrate Nigerians because they gave you a privilege to serve. All I will say to my last drop of blood, I will keep sensitizing Nigerians to whether they are PVC. Because with the way this same, was it not the same particular guy that some audio tapes were linked to him? And we redeem and we forgave him. We pardoned him. For him to sit down and look for a solution, a better solution to redeem his personality. They want to subject us into unnecessary kind of life. In America, they're using their national security code to go buy anything. In Britain, that their security network is so tight, are they using their BVN to buy anything or their NIN? In Israel, are they using their NIN to buy anything or to access facilities? Why here in this country? Why are they just want to bring in policies that will subject Nigerians to hardship to a point that like there is a shackle on our neck, we don't have any choice? And I will not be surprised if tomorrow one of them come and say, President Muhammadu Buhari for third term. I will not be surprised, these same particular people. We kick against this kind of policy. It doesn't hold water. Mr. Zion.
All right, Mr. Zion, thank you very much for your thoughts. Now, maybe it's not such a bad, maybe I wouldn't say bad thing per se. Rather, maybe it's from a good place. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Just maybe. Now, I do understand that, there is a lot of, what do I call it now? There's a lot of skepticism when we hear the government speak about certain solutions that they prefer. But think about it for a minute, right? What if now I know that in the US, for instance, like you gave the example, Mrs. Zion, you do not use your social security number to access a restaurant or see a movie or whatever. But the peculiarities of our nation, would obviously demand a peculiar kind of solution. So what I'm saying is stop for a minute to think about it logically. Don't you think perhaps that this may help to some degree, even if it's just to fight the minor crime around the city, minor crime around, the local communities across the country? Don't you think that would help? We have just a few minutes left for this conversation, so let's take some comments on. Let's take some comments on WhatsApp. Bob says, Gabby, telephone networks were shut down completely in Zamfara state, and yet kidnapping and banditry has continued unabated in that state. The same bandits that will be arrested and released on the pretense of repentance. Fake government, Bob says. Chris from Owerri says, they are benefiting from the gains of the refining of the crude oil. Oh, that's not for this conversation. I was wondering. Deji says, hey Gabby, we're waiting for your December giveaway. What on earth are you talking about? This says about the NIN, it's exactly what happens in Saudi Arabia. But in the case of Saudi Arabia, it's an app that also shows your COVID status, and crime rate is almost 0% in Saudi Arabia. We need it. So you see what I'm trying to say? Maybe we should just, slow down a minute and think about it if indeed it might help. Might. Well, this commentator says the government should create a device that should be used in our national borders, to check and identify people coming in and going out of the country. The idea is not too out of place. Police can also have the device. Possible solutions. possible solutions. Let's head on out to Facebook. Remember, you can join the conversation on Facebook. We're streaming live real time at Nigeria Info 92.3 ph. On Facebook, Nathaniel Rikichi Thomas says, this doesn't make sense. All right. Let's see. Okudiri Onyekachi says, oh my goodness. He says this will not work. A Mama Nkechi restaurant. Okay. So, okay. Amaka Ogbona says, Abio, when last did I even visit a restaurant? They just want to cause them bad markets. Let's see. More comments here. Humble Koribo says, Pantami advising Nigeria, you're just a sympathizer. Felix says it doesn't make sense. Kelechi Orloma says, NIN presentation is now the solution to the leadership problems bedeviling the nation. Exhausted set of people. Effect Omoga says, after this, will you get free meals at the restaurant? Because this is the only way Nigeria will get this kind of time. Tunde Raymond says, we tend to behave or act a certain way as though we are capable of handling certain issues like insecurity, but we keep on deceiving ourselves. We cannot fight terrorism with the NIN. We need external help. Nigeria as a nation needs rehab. Wow, wow, wow. Thank God that Twigwo says, this is how people that run out of ideas behave. The same NIN that Pantami said will fight insurgency. Still, insurgency is still on the increase. Now it's suggested that Nigerians should present their NIN before using restaurants. Who NIN help? He asks. All right, let's see. Emmanuel Bassi, still on Facebook. This will be a final comment on Facebook. It says, this guy has run out of ideas. God help him. See confusion in the country. All right, so that's as much as we can take because our time is up. 1 o'clock, the news update, and right after, we'll have other conversations right here on the sunny side. But I implore you, go get your NIN for your own use and for your own good. That's as much as I'll say. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. Stay tuned. Don't go away.